Hey, what is going on, you beta belly belt? Today we're taking a look at my first take on Festival Lead or Dipplin, whatever you want to call it. Honestly, this deck feels really strong right now. I got a 4/4 Dipplin in here, 4/4 Thwackey, of course, and then we've got the other bench sitters in here. I've got the Shaymin and the Rabsca. Let me explain, because I've got questions about this a lot. But Rabsca in here specifically for the Dragapult matchup, and Shaymin is for those more aggressive matchups where the opponent can snipe the bench. Stuff like the Wellspring Mask Ogerpon in like the slot boxes and stuff like that, where they can set it up on like turn 2 or even turn 1 going second, and we need to protect our bench ASAP, where the Rabsca might be a little bit too slow. The Shaymin has got us covered. The Rabsca purely for the Dragapult matchup, not for basically anything else. And honestly, I don't even know if this is enough for the Dragapult matchup, but with a lot of Dragapult builds not playing Dusknoir anymore, even though I do have the Psyduck in here, we probably don't want to ever bench Rabsca and Psyduck. If we were to go up against Dragapult Dusknoir, we'd probably just bench the Psyduck. But with most Dragapult builds not being Dusknoir based at this point, I feel like the Rabsca would be enough for us to kind of gain tempo and be able to take over a game, potentially. Another card that I don't play in here that I think could also be a pretty big piece for helping us in that matchup would be a Genesect with the Ace Nullifier ability. We'd have to increase the Air Balloon count probably a little bit. But if our board was like 2 Dipplin, 2 Thwackey, Rabsca, Genesect, that might be tough for Dragapult to overcome. So this could be a further thing to experiment around with, because as we start to take those big KOs on the Dragapults, they can't just hit us with like a big Unfair Stamp plus like Boss KO Rabsca combo to set up to kind of come back in the game. They can boss the Rabsca, but they can't Unfair Stamp us, so we should be able to pretty easily KO that Dragapult on the next turn. And then if they take the Genesect out, we get to keep the Rabsca in play, and then it's harder for them to build up for that big board wipe turn that they want to play towards. So this could be like a further inclusion in the deck to help us with that matchup, because that honestly sounds like a pretty obtainable board state, and a board state where we should be able to kind of take over the game and basically win. Yeah, I really like the idea of the Genesect. I actually like Genesect a lot in a ton of decks right now. So yeah, give the Genesect some thought. Maybe include that. Maybe add that over the Psyduck. The only reason I have the Psyduck in here currently is there is other Dusknoir decks in the format, but they're not super popular. It's like Dusknoir with Starmie. There's Dusknoir with the Jellicent or the Mega Diancie, but neither of those decks are very popular. So the Psyduck can maybe go, because Dragapult with Dusknoir sounds basically impossible to beat. I'm not going to lie. Maybe you could still make the Rabsca Psyduck bench work with like 2 Thwackey, 2 Dipplin. It is possible, but and I haven't fully fleshed out the idea of the Rabsca against Dragapult, so I don't know how well this works, but it might be enough. It might be enough to beat the Dragapult. Might be enough to beat them. Yeah, I don't have Goldeen or Seeking in here. The only reason, yeah, the cards just feel really underwhelming to me. Also, don't play Max Belt right now. I play the Unfair Stamp instead, because the Maximum Belt feels like it doesn't line up as well into the metagame as it did previously. I feel like one of the big use cases for Maximum Belt was to like KO Gardevoir EX. And then if you do have the Goldeen and the Seeking in here, attacking with Seeking plus Maximum Belt allows it to KO stuff like Pheasantipity, Wellspring Mask Ogerpon, Teal Mask Ogerpon, Latios, a bunch of stuff. But been very underwhelmed by the Goldeen in the Seeking. The one like use case I could see for including the Goldeen would be on like that second turn, pushing or getting a Goldeen off of Buddy-Buddy Poffin and pushing into the active by like hard retreating or something, and then getting access to the Boom Boom Groove of Thwackey if we can't like get a Dipplin online at that point. But I just don't think that is that likely to happen. Like, we should be able to just get a Dipplin online and just like be fine. It's not really that big of a deal to set up. So I don't think the Goldeen and Seeking are worth it as of right now from the games I played, but be able to very easily get into Dipplin, have access to Thwackey. The Boom Boom Groove kind of carries us from there, no problem. But I could see in like different metagames where it'd be worth it to have like a water-based attacker if like Terra Ledge becomes really popular, or the like Mega Charizard at some point. So it's not, I haven't completely written it off. It just doesn't seem worth it right now, especially when Maximum Belt feels super underwhelming as an inclusion in the deck as well for like our A-Spec slot. So that's the whole Pokemon lineup. For the supporters, for Lillie, of course, 2 Boss, 2 Kieran, 1 Black Belt's Training. The only reason I play the Black Belt's Training currently, the only math I've been able to come up with where it seems worth it, is to KO a Mega Lucario, we need Black Belt's Training plus Brave Bangle, because we don't have Maximum Belt, so Maximum Belt plus Kieran would be a combo, of course, that could get there. but I don't play the maximum belt, so it's not a combo. But we do exactly 340 with Black Belt Training and the Brave Bangle. Then I also play 2 Kieran alongside that. The mobility of the first use of it is very good if our opponent tries to like boss trap Thwackey, or if they use clutch or some kind of retreat locker. So a couple Kieran goes a long way for a lot of situations in the current metagame. And then of course it is a modifier alongside the Brave Bangle. So like a single Kieran would allow the Dipplin to 1-hit KO like a Teal Mask Ogerpon, or Teal Mask Ogerpon, I guess. And then Brave Bangle, obviously, plus Kieran, or Brave Bangle plus Black Belt Training is how we 1-hit KO, effectively 1-hit KO the Dragapults. So I got those in there for now. Unfair Stamp is my ace spec in here currently, but I'm definitely not sold on the Unfair Stamp. It's just kind of nice. It's a good card. You know, with these more aggressive decks, which I think Dipplin is, it's kind of just cool when we go up against like other more aggressive decks and, you know, they attack into us, and then we respond with, okay, knockout plus Unfair Stamp. Like, it's just like a lot of pressure on our opponents really, really quickly. So overall, pretty big fan of the Unfair Stamp. Is it worth playing? Not 100% sure. Secret Box seems fine. Maximum Belt seems underwhelming right now, just because, but maybe there's like some math numbers I'm missing where it's like really, really powerful, but Maximum Belt seems underwhelming. Secret Box would be fine. Prime Catcher would be fine. If we play Prime Catcher, we could probably cut a boss, and it would be like a pseudo utility, pseudo switch card plus gust effect in the same card to kind of give us 1+1 space in the deck. So those all seem fine as well. So definitely worth experimenting around outside of the Unfair Stamp. I got the Fennel in here. This is mostly for the Frostlass matchups. Grimmsnarl, I don't know, Frostlass, Mega Starmie, those type of decks. Honestly, maybe those Mega Pokemon like Mega Starmie, would the Maximum Belt ever line up? It just doesn't make a difference, right? It's the same thing. Yeah, never mind. But yeah, Fennel allows us to win those matchups, because otherwise those matchups are basically impossible to win. But the one of Fennel, it gets the job done. We can actually win those matchups. Otherwise, it's basically impossible. It's still pretty tough to beat, depending on what Pokemon they include. Because if they play stuff like Yveltal, they can like take away one of our 2 prize turns. Like if they go attack with, I don't know, if they Itchy Pollen, and then we go, okay, attack with Dipplin, KO Badoo, then they go push Yveltal, and we hit the Yveltal for 100 damage. Because unfortunately, Vitality Band rotated, and none of the supporters actually increased the damage to non-EX Pokemon. So those matchups can still be pretty tough, but Fennel gives us a chance in those matchups. It's basically useless against Dragapult, unfortunately. Picnic Basket would have been a better inclusion in this deck if it was still legal, but it did rotate, so we have to kind of go with Fennel if we want any kind of wide board healing card. But it can't basically be used against Dragapult, because if we're not 1-hit KOing the Dragapult, we're probably not winning that game. And to 1-hit KO Dragapult, we have to play Black Belt Training or Kieran on that turn to actually get the 1-hit KO. So yeah, Fennel's cool for the Frostlass decks. So if they're not very popular, it's probably just not worth playing. And it seems like it's basically useless against Dragapult. One Judge for some alternative hand disruption besides the Unfair Step. I'm not sure this is worth including, to be honest, because usually we don't have to disrupt our opponent to beat them. And Judge usually probably won't be enough. But I don't know. It like... The one thing about like hand disruption cards in a deck like this is that they can be like preemptive to like make our opponent not be able to hand disrupt us plus have a really powerful turn. So if we can find a turn in a match to like judge our opponent plus get the KO we want to get on the turn, then that is pretty good. Lana's Aid and 2 Night Stretcher for the recovery. This feels more than enough so far from what I've played. I haven't felt like I've needed any more recovery. Of course, I'm not playing the Sea King in here, which means there's a little bit more pressure on our Dipplin line to carry us throughout a game. Whereas if you have the Sea King in there, not only is Goldeen an enabler for your Thwackey, but it also turns into a situation where it's like another attacker that you have. So you're less reliant on Dipplin in the game. But so far, 2 Night Stretcher plus Lana's Aid has felt pretty good to me. One Morty's Conviction here. Sometimes we don't need a Kieran or Black Belt or Boss, and we just want to draw more cards into our hand to build up a bigger hand to continue to chain combos later into the game. So I got one of Morty in here for that reason. This honestly maybe should just be another Lana's Aid, though. I could see that as well, because most of the time when we have those kind of turns where it's like we can kind of take this turn off, we're just using Lana's Aid anyway. So I'm not sold on the Morty's Conviction, but so far it's been pretty nice just to have another draw supporter in the deck. 4 Buddy Poffin, 4 Bug Catching Set, and 4 Poké Pad, of course. I don't play any supported Pokemon Search, but like a Brox or probably not a Dawn, a Brox, or honestly probably just a Brox wouldn't be terrible. Maybe it has a little help against Dragapult. Dawn could be worth including as well, especially if I put the Rillaboom back in here. I don't play the Rillaboom currently because Cornerstone is just not very popular. And we can still KO Cornerstone. These are all grass Pokemon. They all do 10 damage for a single grass energy, or the Slight Intrusion from the Rellor does 30 damage, actually, but it's colorless energy. We can put some Brave Bangles on it, Black Belt Training. We still 2-hit KO Cornerstone. So we 2-hit KO Cornerstone with any of these Pokemon attacking with a modifier twice. So I don't think we really need a designated Cornerstone answer unless Cornerstone becomes more popular. And it also still depends on what the Cornerstone decks look like, because if it's just like a single Cornerstone in like, I don't know, like the Okie Dokie deck plays a Cornerstone, but that matchup's already terrible to begin with. So like teching for a terrible matchup for their one-up Cornerstone doesn't even seem worth it at all. Yeah. So I would say, yeah, Cornerstone is not popular enough to worry about, so I wouldn't play the Rillaboom or anything like that. Brave Bangle so far has felt like okay. We almost never need a third, but pricing one would be pretty bad in quite a few situations. So I would definitely consider a third Brave Bangle. There's a lot of matchups where we don't need it, especially like the slot box matchups. They're like hitting us with Clefairies and Teal Mask Ogre Pawns, and they don't play a lot of hand disruption. Sometimes they play a Judge on top of their Unfair Stamp, but if we can just go like Kieran Knockout, it's like pretty smooth, pretty clean from there. So yeah, definitely not sold on needing any more than 2 Brave Bangle. 2 feels pretty reasonable. Only 1 Air Balloon. I did mention the Genesect, and I really like the idea of potentially including the Genesect. And if we did that, we'd want to go to a higher Air Balloon count. 1 Air Balloon kind of feels like more than enough. We're just kind of sitting there chaining Dipplins. If our opponent bosses our Thwackey, there's not many decks that can actually take a huge advantage out of bossing our Thwackey into the active, and we'll eventually draw into a Kieran anyways to get out of the Gust. So we don't need to play a ton of mobility, just enough. 1 Air Balloon, 2 Kieran has felt pretty good so far. 4 Festival Grounds, of course. Only 5 basic Grass Energy, but this also feels pretty good. I've actually been seeing some lists playing the Growing Energy. I don't actually know what math this helps that much in, but getting the plus 20 HP could be a difference maker, I guess, in some situations. Maybe to like put on a Dipplin, so that way the Dipplin can't be sniped off the bench by a... I don't actually know where the math lines up for this, but I've been seeing some lists playing it, so there must be something. I couldn't tell you what it is. But with that said, let's jump into some action with the Dipplin deck. If you want to see some more gameplay from me with this deck, check out the secondary YouTube channel, AzulGG2. Link will be in the description. Let's get into it. Card is Garbungus. Dude, huh? Pretty cool. Sick. That's that's sick. I don't know what I'm up against, so I don't know what I'm trying to set up, but yeah, we'll see what they're playing. I mean, they're probably playing Pulp, but could be something else. More water. Cat? Ori? Oh, it's Mega Starmie. Oh, but of course. I really need Shaymin. I like really need Shaymin. This is actually just like not good. What the fuck? What? No. I gotta worry about, dude. I gotta worry about so many things. There's so many things to worry about here. Gosh. I guess at least they don't have Frost. No, they have this. They could have Frostlass. I don't know if that's a Mega or the not Mega. It could be either of them. Oh. Okay, Applin's a good top deck. That's not good, though. Getting Risky Ruined is not good. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have even benched that, to be honest. This feels, like, really bad. I mean, we're swinging. See what they send up. I don't think I will. This is still like terrible for us though, because they're gonna be able to like reset our board for sure, right? They can like board wipe us of all of our good Pokemons. Oh my gosh, dude, this is cooked. They almost can literally board wipe us. Like, I don't even know how many Pokemon I'm gonna have left after this turn. My apple dies. I maybe should not bench that apple though. Benching the apple might have just not been worth it. Need to the Rabsca. No, I actually need Shaymin here to stop the Starmie from sniping. Okay, maybe if they have a slow turn though, that's a Badoo. Yes. Okay. This is good. This is good. We're chilling. We're chilling. We're chilling. Trust. This Grookey might have been a misplay. When the heck did that thing hit my bench? When did that thing come down? They're putting still a ton of pressure on us. Oh. I don't know if that's the correct one to evolve. I think I just throw down the duck and I should. I can't ignore all of it though. They didn't have the Mega Starmie last turn. They didn't have Mega Starmie last turn. I can just hope they don't have it again this turn, right? Oh, good duck. Applin. Just to have it. I'm actually very curious to see what they send up here. Okay. No. You're not gonna bait me, buddy. I have to just hope it actually gets stuck though. I'm leaving that in the active here. We're not fucking around with that. Leave the Dusclops there. Surfer incoming. Chill. No surfing. So this will be the turn to Fennel. Wait, do I play the Fennel in the deck? I literally forgot if I cut it or not. I hope I didn't cut it because this is the Fennel turn right here. Oh, Fennel off the top for the heal? Insane. Well, I mean, I have like 3 boom boom grooves, so it doesn't really matter. Still fun though. Bodied. I think I need to evolve this. What else do I even do with these last 2? Like, there's nothing. Oh, give me like more pieces, I guess. I guess I don't have an Applin in hand. All right, nice. We got him. I said to concede. Dusclops promote was horrible. Yeah, it was really. The Dusclops promote was really bad. Dango resisted grass. Yeah, but maximum belt didn't even put you over the top to KO a Dango, right? You would do 300 minus 60. You don't even KO it. You still need a modifier. It doesn't make a difference. To KO a Dango, you would still need tool and modifier. What's the point of the Sea King? I don't know. We're trying to figure that out. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, wait, broken deck? Now that deck is a broken deck. Oh, it worked. The max belt was pretty good with Sea King, sure. It was pretty good with the Sea King. We might be in some trouble here. His Blazing for weakness? Yeah, but I don't think that really matters. The 60 damage, so you still need double modifier to KO it, but double modifier with a Dipplin also gets the KO. I don't even want to play this, right? Just Lillie and pray. Okay. They could unfair stamp us aggressively next turn. Should I actually just like not? I almost feel like I just shouldn't do the wave here. I actually just kind of don't want to KO this. I just want to go like Goldeen, Applin. Holy fuck, brother. Oh, true. I don't know what math I was doing. Yeah, the Sea King does kill the Blaziken easier. You're right. Yeah, I don't know what math I was doing. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, it's the same math, but it's not the same math. You're right. What do you think about Grimmsnarl post rotation? Seems kind of mid. Although I did like it with Trolley. You have any thoughts about Prague? Not really. I've never been there or anything. No Prague opinions. Yeah, I don't even want to take the knockout because I don't want to get unfair stamped yet, so I'm just gonna pass. If my opponent's even here, to be honest. Unsleeving, you can save your entrance fee. Oh, chill, Grimm's not that bad. No, dude, I was like, they don't have it, dude. They don't have it. They don't play it. No, Small live. Oh, cool. They're dead drawing. I'm not talking about Grim. I'm talking about the person who said Scolipede Volcanic EX. Oh. So much grass. Any reason Ethan's Typhlosion doesn't get much play anymore? That actually is still probably just not good. It doesn't matter how much grass there is in the. I mean, the grass in the format would have to be like an overwhelming amount of grass in the format for it to be like good. It's still probably just not that good. I have no clue when the next tournament in Japan is. Okay. Even a big owl, a big olive, not owl, a big olive this turn wouldn't be that scary. I'd rather have them not have that this turn. Dude, I keep getting the disconnect thing. There are more Pulp decks and grass type decks, so yeah, it sucks. I had the same thought though. I mean, I could see your Pulp matchup not being terrible, to be honest, but I would have to actually like play the matchup. I haven't actually played that, so. Okay. That's a good top deck. What am I Mortying away here? A Thwackey? I guess it has to be. Hopefully I didn't prize a Thwackey. Shaymin? Okay, we got Shaymin. Dude, this is... Come on! Come on! I don't know if I should have done anything else there. Maybe should have. So what deck do you think will take Dragon Ball's place once it rotates? This is an unserious question, and will we treat it as such? Is Arbor actually the best grass deck? I have no clue. Could be. I don't like it. I just like Ogerpon Meganium more, to be honest, after playing with that deck. That deck feels way better. What's more so to do that, the Arbor Leva deck just does not feel fun to play, but it could still be the better of the decks to play, I guess, for sure. Slot box. Oh, I was hoping they wouldn't have that. Oh, sick. Dude, that's insanely great. I'm not even that confident I'll be able to get the knockout, so I might just sacrifice Goldeen for the turn. I'm just gonna go Goldeen, Unfair Stamp the Mac. Sure, they'll be drawn to something useful. Like pretty good actually. I can just go up there and punch him, right? Yeah, nothing stopped me from just like up there and punching. I didn't check my prize card, so I'm actually not sure. I only play 5 Grass Energy. 1, 2, 3. Maybe like this instead. I don't know what's prize, so. Ooh, Applin. I have Seeking though. I can actually just attack with Seeking this turn, right? And just like build it up to get KO'd. Yeah, sure, just attack with Seeking. Sure, why not? King is in. Slot box video when? I have no clue. The deck isn't that interesting to me, but really at some point, you know. That's it. Their whole turn is just oil salvo. Pretty pathetic. Pretty pathetic, if you ask me.
Point.
Honestly, should I just burn these bug catching sets? I actually feel like I should. Just don't need these cards anymore. Grab this, but I should have everything I need to win on the next turn, I think. Maybe not. No, I should. No, yeah, we do. We definitely do. I just don't like that there are a million Meowths in slot box. Why? What is that? What is that? Why is that so bad? Alright, we're good. No Rillaboom. Not enough Cornerstone to warrant it, I don't think. No Boomer. So I don't know what they're playing, really. Debating if I want to punch them or not. I don't really want to punch them if they're playing Monkey Dory. But it's like impossible to know if they're playing Monkey Dory or not. Bolt? We have no clue if it's Bolt. It could be. There's so many things it could be. I don't even think Bolt's top of the list. It's probably just Slop. But the Cyrano makes me think it's... The Cyrano makes me think that it's... chill with that. I also got rid of an Area 0 there. I almost just want to be aggressive with this first Festival Grounds. They're down Chien-Pao and Area 0. Am I going to put Rellor and Shaymin on my bench? I need this. I could just do this and pass. Well, I'm just gonna pass. I don't want to really retreat the Rellor. I could have Air Balloon the Rellor, then attached, then searched out, then Thwackey for Applin. Probably burn a Buddy Poffin, I guess. Buddy Poffin for an Applin, but I don't really want to. I don't know. I just don't want to. No one can make me do it, so. Now, if they KO my lone Dipplin, that is kind of bad. I'm not gonna lie. But then I'll just push Rellor again, and then we'll Lillie, and we'll be fine. Or maybe I'd even like just play Lana Zay to recover. Maybe just Lana Zay to recover the squad. Nah, probably not. I think we can just chill. I want this deck against Frostlass Monkey Dory deck in an online tournament using Battle Cage. I could see playing a Battle Cage in here if Frostlass Monkey Dories is like a popular enough deck that doesn't, and they don't play any stadiums, but it's not like a concern that I currently have with the deck, so if it ever becomes a concern, I could see that being an adjustment to make. Yes, please just count my Rellor. Oh my gosh, that's so good for us. Holy smokes. I feel like they just should have done like anything else. That play seems so bad. That play seems really, really bad. I don't know. I want to save my Kieran, so I can just Bangle. Lose to Cornerstone? Technically I don't just lose, but it's... Would I be ideal to not play against it? I guess I just don't know what they're attacking with next, right? I'm just gonna grab Kieran in case they're trying to like saw block something. I have no clue what play they're gonna make. They have no good plays, so I don't know what they're gonna do. It depends what we lose to Cornerstone depending on what kind of Cornerstone deck it is. But like we can KO Cornerstone with like the Dipplins and the Rellor. We can get through them at a reasonable rate. What do you think is the best A-Spec this format? In the format? No clue. Yeah. If they're gonna go for a saw block here, we have the Kieran. So I can switch out once, but then I'm out of mobility, so then we just have to like wait. But that's fine. It's not a big deal. This should be cooked. With the Kieran this turn, it's just the game's just basically over, I think. I don't see how. I mean, they could sob me again. They could get it back. They do it again. Get re-sobbed. They could do it. Maybe the 20 damage Dipplin better than the coin flip one? I don't think so. This one KOs Badoo. I think it's like more important. You attach retreat. Can't you attach a tree with Festival Grounds? Oh, no. I see what you're saying. It's only special conditions, not all effects. Does not. That would be pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. That'd be very good. You appreciate 33 months there winning. That'd be insanely good, actually. It'd be broken. Not that good, though. Maybe should I play this deck today in the tournament? I'm kind of feeling the festival lead. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of feeling it. We're moving, we're smoothing, we're grooving. We hit him with the lead. I can just burn these right now as well. I don't really want to draw into bug catching sets off the unfair stamp. We might need another Brave Bangle in here just to mitigate like prize factors. I feel like it's one of like oh, I gotta be careful about. No, I have lilies. I don't have to worry about decking out. If we don't attach to the wrong apple, we should be good. True. I didn't actually realize that we were actually undefeated until I lost that game where I misplayed. My only loss so far today with this deck is from misplaying, which is kind of cringe. I mean, that's it. Broken deck, right? Broken deck, perfect 60. Lock it in. The Doom tourney, yeah. User error, not deck error. Yeah. I have been going first blind with this deck, yeah. I have not hit a Paul and ladder yet, no. We got the Rabsca. We're prepared. Man, they are cooking over there. $50 against Zam and Pulse. I guess we don't have a way to get an advantage against Zam besides go first, attack first, right? If they go first, they can turn 2 Candy Zam, and then they're in the same spot. I guess they play a lot of Zams as well, so it's gonna be maybe hard for us to chain attacks. Oh no, did they play Petch? The question is, do they have Petch? They just Broxed for that. Bro. I just expected more. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. You feel energy. Wait a second. Fennel just heals 40 damage from all your Pokemon.